Morning. My name is Erica Beasipotes. Today I will be discussing about hotel services and products. This is my final project for hotel sales and marketing. Hotel services and products. First we have our learning outcome, introduction, concept of hospitality, services, and product. We have components, characteristics, and definitions. Differences between services and products. Reasons for growth of services in India. And of course, our summary. Learning outcomes. After this discussion, students will be able to understand the concept of hospitality, to identify the components of hospitality industry, to describe various hospitality products and services, to identify various reasons for growth of hospitality industry. Introduction. Number 1. Hospitality is one of the largest and fastest growing industries worldwide. Hospitality and tourism industry are independent. Like if somebody plan to travel, he always look for the options like availability of accommodation and food at the particular place, which is the basic requirements for human survival. In the same way, when somebody plans for an outing, he looks for a place which have some attraction. Generally, we can say hospitality is treating one in a way oneself wants to be treated. Hospitality is concerned with taking complete care of guests of traveler, including accommodation, food, beverage, entertainment, safety and security, and satisfaction. Hospitality services are used by tourists and locals as well. Generally, hospitality services are consumed at the same time. It is produced and often combined with the values that are intangible in nature but of great importance for purchaser. Service includes those activities which provide monetary benefits but not always a physical product. Number 2, concept of hospitality, services, and products. Hospitality. It is the act of kindness in welcoming and looking after the basic needs of guests of strangers, mainly in relation to food, drink, and accommodation. It refers to the relationship process between a guest and the host. It is the reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers with liberality and goodwill. It is derived from the Latin word hospiter, meaning receive as a guest. Components of hospitality industry. This is a vast and complex industry which creates a lot of job opportunities, includes various locations globally, provides enormous entertainment activities, and expands itself in many economic brackets. There are three major components of hospitality industry: travel, lodging, assembly, and event management. Number 1, travel and tourism. Hospitality and tourism are inseparable as one travels to any place, anytime. For any reason, he or she will spend money on hospitality goods like food, shelter, etc. Traveling can generally be done for either pleasure or business. Pleasure or leisure are two words used for one type of tourism, which includes relaxing, taking vacations, spending more money on recreational activities without any business or work intentions. Business traveling means when a person main motive behind traveling from one place to another is business or work. Rarely, business travelers spend money on recreational activities. While traveling in between various destinations as a guest experience all four segments of hospitality industry. In case if he or she had a bad experience with any one segment, they will never visit that place again. Like this it affects revenue generation. The only way to resolve this problem is that all four segments should work together for achieving on goal that is customer satisfaction by giving excellent services. Lodging. It is a place providing for sleeping for one or more nights. It is, it is also known as accommodation. Various options are available in this sector which entertains guests of different profiles. Hotels, motels, resorts, motels, youth hotels, budget hotels, etc. Lodging industry can be broadly classified into four main categories. First, we have free service hotels, limited service hotels, specialty accommodation, institutional housing. Different lodging options. Full services hotels. Convention hotels, luxury hotels, resort hotels, extended stay hotels, and we have specialty accommodation. We have lodges, conference centers, hotels, bed and breakfasts, campgrounds. Limited service properties. We have limited service hotels and budget hotels. And institutional housing. We have dormitory and senior houses. And assembly and event management. Meetings, incentives, conference, and exhibitions. We have that as MICE is a type of tourism which caters to large groups, usually well planned in advance in context of accommodation, meal plans, meetings details. Place, time, and dates are brought together for a single purpose. Recently, meetings industry as a term is used more often for these types of gatherings to avoid confusion from the acronym. MICE. Letter M. We have meeting. It could be pre-planned or by chance. It is a condition in which a number of people come together at one place to discuss or conduct one particular activity. I. Incentive. It could be monetary or non-monetary reward that encourages a participant to perform better in future and it is given on the basis of past performances. C. Conferences. It refers to a participatory formal meeting designed for discussion, fact finding, problem solving, and consultation. If we compare conference with the Congress, a conference is normally smaller in scale and features which tend to facilitate the exchange of information. E. Exhibition. It refers to displaying art or things or of interest publicly at one place like art gallery or museum. Concept of hospitality services and products. We have the second one, services. According to Kotler, a service is any activity or benefit that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in the ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to physical product. According to Stanton, services are those separately identifiable, essentially intangible activities which provide one satisfaction and not necessarily tied to the sale of the product or another service. To provide a service may or may not require use of tangible goods. However, when such use is required, there is no transfer of title of these tangible goods. Characteristics of services. Intangibility. Services are described as intangible products, meaning that they cannot be experienced, seen, smelled, tasted, or touched. Perishability. Everyone hospitality professional knows that you cannot sell last night's bedroom tonight. Hotels and restaurants have a limited number of rooms and seats available each day or night. It cannot be stored in warehouse like manufacturing industries products that is who is called perishable products. Inseparability. Guest presence is very essential to consume the hospitality product. The simultaneous production and consumption of services depends largely on the quality of the hospitality employees. Guests Guests are equally important part of the hospitality product as they can either enhance or spoil the atmosphere for other guests. It means that guest interaction with hospitality staff and other guests provides a variety of opportunities and threats to influence guest satisfaction positively or negatively. Few ways to manage the inseparability problem is ensuring that guests should be segmented on the basis of compatibility, ensuring that the operations system is suitable for the project market demand. Appropriate booking policies should be adopted. Effective queuing system should be organized and managed. Proper training should be given to staff members. Variability. Hospitality operations suffer from considerable fluctuations in the standards of delivery of the service, partly due to inseparability characteristics, and it is called variability and is influenced by human factors. Interdependence. One trip finalization is followed by many purchase decisions like travel arrangements, accommodation, attractions, and availability of facilities at a destination. High fixed costs. Hospitality industry is capital, labor, and energy intensive. Usually, hospitality organizations have high property costs and high employment costs, including full-time and part-time employees. Number two, the concept of hospitality services and products. According to Philip Kotler, a product is a bundle of physical services and the symbolic particulars expected to yield satisfaction or benefits to the buyer. According to George Fist, product is a cluster of psychological satisfaction. Characteristic of product. Guest satisfaction. The main feature of the product is that it should be capable of satisfying the needs and requirements of buyers. This satisfaction should be both real and psychological. Tangible attributes. Product should be present in physical form which can be seen and touched. It is a combination of physical features like mirror, wood, metal, plastic, which have particular length, weight, size, shape, etc., and specific functions room, food, TV, clothes, etc. Life cycle of products. This is a vital characteristic of the product. It includes five stages named as introduction, growth, maturity, saturation, and decline. Like this, passing from each stage as a product completes its life cycle. Brand name. Branding plays an important role as may hospitality products are known by their brands only like Bukhara Restaurant of ITC Maria, Oberoi Group Hotels, Taj hotels, etc. Satisfaction of business needs. Products create satisfaction for guest and owner or business organization, both by fulfilling their needs. Intangible attributes. It includes services, transportation, insurance, storage, recreation, etc. Number three, difference between a product and service. A product is a tangible item that is put on the market for acquisition, attention, or consumption, while a service is an intangible item which arises from the output of one or more individuals. Products and services. Our products, example, we have concrete, services, activities, or process. Products that tangible, intangible, homogeneous or identical, heterogeneous or diverse. Products and dispensation of goods is separated from consumption. In services, production, administration, and utilization is simultaneously can be stored, impossible to store. Transfer of ownership of products is possible, can have access to the service but cannot own it. Quality is an investment. Quality depends on budget. More control over quality, less control over quality. Easy to market, difficult to market, include intermediaries, offered directly through various sales. Number four, reasons for growth of services in India. The economic development of the society and the socio-cultural changes that occurs because of that can help in discovering the reasons behind the growth of service industry. Economic affluence. Economic affluence plays very important in the growth in demand of services. There is a rise in the middle income customers and decline in the very poor households. Rural households is increasing rapidly in upper income category that the urban household in the parallel categories. Changing role of women. Earlier, Indian females are not allowed to work outside the home. They're only responsible for the household activities. As time changes, change in Indian society mindset also occurs. Women are now step aside the home to work. Indian women are employed in defense services, police services, postal services, software services, health services, hospital services, entertainment industries, business process, outsourcing, and so on. Cultural changes. India is a diverse country and does not have uniformity in its culture patterns. The development of the nuclear family system replaces the traditional joint family system, which generates a demand for a host of services like education, healthcare, entertainment, telecommunication, transport, tourism, and many more. IT revolution. IT has become one of the key services business of the country since last 15 years. India has the largest software skilled population in the world. The domestic market and the international market as well had grown substantially and rapidly. Many state governments have made IT at their most prioritized segments such as Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. Development of markets. During the last few decades, the wholesaler and the retailer population has grown in the country. Urban India has become a cluster of wholesaling and retailing business. In the semi-urban areas, Retailing has spread to the nooks and corners of the streets, and the rural areas retail business is significantly present. Market orientation. Under the influence of changing competitive situation and demand supply positions, manufacturing organizations are forced to focus on market orientation philosophy rather than production orientation. The current condition of the market has further first forced them to conduct marketing research, accounting, auditing, financial management, human resource management, etc. And lastly, number five, of course, our summary. Hospitality is a very old concept which starts within our homes, and now it becomes one of the vast sectors in itself. Hospitality is conducted at everywhere from tourism, travel, recreation, restaurants to exhibition and so on. It fulfills basic needs and gives moments to remember. Hospitality products and services can only be consumed side by side or simultaneously. There are combination of tangible and intangible aspects, perishable, inseparable from hosts and guests. Wide variety is available, dependent on each components of hospitality sector, etc. Note that all products can be touched or seen, but the services can only be felt or experienced. Hospitality expanding globally. Various factors that are contributing in growth of hospitality industry include change in government regulation, globalization, pressure on different firms, women empowerment, service quality moment, etc. Thank you for listening.